If I tell the truth, I'm in my feelings. But am I real if I don't speak on how I'm feeling? To keep it real, I'm sick and tired of all this killing. Watching mothers crying while they burying their children. We destroying, but it's nobody rebuilding. Fighting over hoods where we don't even own the building. Claiming the block, that's gonna probably claim my children. Dear Philadelphia, this is how I'm feeling. Dear Philadelphia, this is how I'm feeling. And I ain't trying
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Everything Philly Podcast, your platform for entertainment and information. Also hitting some hard topics. I'm Sharice.
The Rob.
Welcome. Today's topic. We're going to talk about one of our hosts today, Mr. Rob.
Mr.
We're
Rob.
going to get into his world a little bit.
Mr. Rob.
So, I met this man 20-something years ago in the gym.
She
Very
cracked on me.
quiet.
She's on my top.
I wasn't on your top.
She's on my top. I walked through the door. She's on my top.
Excuse you.
I'm finished working out and everything. I'm all sweaty and everything, trying to get home, get in the shower. She's like, "Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?" I'm like, "Sure, shorty, what's up?" She was like, "I usually don't do this. I look better off work, but you know."
He's lying. He's sitting here making it all up. No, I met you in the gym. I'd seen you a couple times. But yeah, I was watching. I wasn't on your top, but I did have my eye on you. Only because one, you were dedicated to working out. You never came in with a whole entourage. You worked out by yourself. And you made it look so effortless. But you were going in, so that was kind of attractive to me. And you were just like really quiet. You came in, you did your workout, and you left. So I like that. So I finally, after seeing you a couple times, I finally asked you out on a date. But your girls wasn't doing it at that time. I was trying to be different. What?
I ain't say nothing. I'm listening to your story.
Okay. So that's how I met him. We went out a couple times. I wouldn't consider us having dated. We were just good friends, and we went out a few times. You don't agree?
Go ahead. It's your story. Go ahead.
That was Rob's story.
Okay.
But there's more to him than what I knew at the time. I did not find out until years later that there was a whole backstory. So like I said, we didn't date. We were good friends. We went on some dates. We spent some time. But being very transparent and keeping it real, he was too wild for me. He was in the streets heavy, and I don't chase. So that was the kind of lifestyle that he was living. You had to kind of chase him down to get up with him, and that's not what I was gonna do. We always remained friends, although we didn't make like that serious romantic connection. And we never really lost contact, but we did separate due to him having to go away for a little bit. But he always kept in contact with me. So we had remained social. And then fast forward like 20 years.
20 years.
I was at work minding my business, and I got this phone call. And something told me don't answer the phone because I was at work. But I answered it anyway because this number looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. And I answered the phone, and then I heard this voice, and I'm like, who is this? He was like, yeah, I don't know who you're talking to. And I'm at work, so I'm like, I don't have time to play games. Who is this? And it was him. Long story short, after a couple of weeks, we finally went out. Because the first few times he asked me to go out, I refused. Because I was like, no. I wasn't going to do that again. I don't want to be a part of his fan club. So I stood him up a couple of times. But then one Friday, December 13th night, it was raining. I was home alone. I'm like, what are you doing sitting in this house by yourself? No life. Nothing going on. So I called him. Like, you still want to go out? He was on my top because he was there in 5 minutes flat. The rest is history. We've been together ever since that night. You got a different story?
No, I'm saying, what's the
Oh.
purpose of that story?
Oh, just giving the background information about how I know you.
Mm.
But like I said, there was a story. There's a lot I didn't know about him. So we're going to talk about those things tonight because he definitely has a story. I hear all the time how he is a legend in the neighborhood, how he's so respected. A lot of people, even if they don't know him, they heard of him. And it's just interesting to see the accolades and the respect and the admiration that people from all walks of life give him. And I think it'd be interesting for the people to know about that and to understand that. Because you're impactful.
I think it's all a lie.
What's all a lie?
Everything.
What's everything?
Everything that people thought they knew.
Everything that people thought they knew about you.
Yeah.
So you're not a legend. You're not impactful.
I mean, that's into the individual eyes who think that. Like me myself, I could sit here and say I did what I did for whatever reasons, but to consider myself a legend, I can't say I'm a legend.
Why would they consider you a legend then?
I don't know. We would
Well,
have to
what
ask
made
them.
you so impactful to
Just
give them?
living the life of a disguise, the disguise,
So
trying
talk.
to be somebody that everybody else like and adore or follow, because within my own self, it was a lot of insecurities. So let's go back.
I was gonna say, let's talk about how this
This lie
this
began.
this lie began.
I think everybody has two sides. Okay, is either you got your mother's bloodline or you have your father's bloodline. For me, I believe I have both of them deep rooted inside of me, because my dad was my whole dad side of the family was a hustler. My whole mom's side of the family was the opposite. Like, they was working people or did their little 1-2 off the system. So you grow up and you tell yourself, I don't never want to be like that, or I don't never want to be like this. I don't want to see my mom hustle, work her behind off for the rest of her life and give these people her money, and then she can't do the things she want to do with her kids. So you're like, I'm gonna make sure I grow up and take care of my mom for the rest of her life, or whatever the case may be. Then you see your dad in a neighborhood where he's well respected, he's a hustler, and it's that just, but he don't want that life for you. So he moved you out of the neighborhood so you can't see everything. Or maybe he was just doing it because he was a ladies' man and he didn't want me to be in his business because he was running around with my mom. I don't know what the reason was, but it grew concern or interest to me, curiosity. So I used to go down North Philly, ride my bike down there to see whatever's going on, just so he could see me or want me to be a part of his life. So I forgot where I was going with it.
Just where the lie
No, it's
began.
wanting to be like your dad is a must. That's why we come up with the episodes, daddy issues, the topic daddy issues, because people that don't even understand they have daddy issues. When you sit here and say, fuck my dad, he was never in my life, you got a daddy issue. When you see your dad beat on your mom, you got a daddy issue. Even if your dad is there, but you want him to be another kind of way because somebody else dad is doing more, you got daddy issues. There's all kind of ways that you have daddy issues. Not being able to live up to your dad's name or wear his shoes, you got daddy issues.
Do
It's
you
like,
have daddy issues?
do I have dad? Yes, I had daddy issues. I wanted to be like my dad big time. My dad passed away on me before we got to the point where I wanted us to get to. We had a good relationship, don't get me wrong. He treated me the best. And we never wanted for nothing. He made sure we had. But that's materialistic stuff. Some people want more than materialistic stuff. They want time, they want affection, they want to be heard. And that's where I think most men lose their children at, because you think you want to give them stuff instead of spend time with them, because you don't have the time to hang out with a kid, but it's your kid. So my issue was my dad spent more time with my cousins than he did with me. And they was the same age as me or whatever the case may be. And I took offense to that. My mom was a church lady and she trying to force me to go to church. I took offense to that because I didn't want to go to church. I wanted to be with my dad. So I developed my plan. I'm going to sell drugs.
That was your plan?
That was my plan.
That
I'm
was
gonna
your
sell
first
my
plan, first
drugs.
thing came to you.
First thing I came to me. I was into sports. I was into sports heavy at the time, or whatever the case may be. But being an athlete and not having the people that you admire the most to be at your game affects you in a way that you don't even understand is affecting you. So my dad not being at my games and my friends up the street, his dad is taking us to the games and all this stuff, or whatever the case may be, makes you feel some kind of way because there's always something going on. And then when your mom is the one that's always there for you, running behind you to help you or give you that pat on the back, tell you he becomes a mama's boy. And a man, a teenager trying to become a man, don't want to be known as a mama's boy at that age. That's the sad thing because now I want to be a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy all day long. I love my mom. Like we listen, I'm a mama's boy.
I know.
So, but growing up, I don't want to be his mama's boy. I want my mom running my back every time something happened at school, or if I get hit on the football field, or I don't want my mom there. Like, no, that's gonna make me act out even more. So it did. So plus, I was short, little nappy head kid, or whatever the case may be. I had crazy insecurities. So I started going down North Philly, following with my dad. I found out that he had a bar on Sixth and Butler, and back then Butler Street was the hottest drug dealer block on the neighborhood, the city. So I used to sneak in there because my aunt worked there, my cousin worked there, my uncles worked there. They all let me in. So I used to go in the back. I used to sit up front all the time, just watch everything. And I seen where they was hiding their drugs at. So I went in the back one day, stole me a little rock. I didn't know what it was. Just stole it. Came up Mount Airy, had some older friends that, I knew they was getting high or whatever the case may be. Gave it to them. They said, "Where'd you get that from? Don't worry about it. We're gonna make some money." We had a bar called Ivory Hill Bar at that time on Cheltenham Avenue. And I used to sneak in there too. I'm thinking I like 12 years old, 13 years old. Like I'm doing everything I was supposed to be doing at this age. And from that very first package I sold, I seen the power it gave me. So the lie is I want to do this so my mom don't ever have to work. My dad gonna love me, the whole 9 yards. But deep down inside, it's because I'm a scared little boy. I'm insecure. I don't have the things that it take to be a man in my eyes because my dad don't even want to be around me. Like he pushing me away, taking my cousin over me. Something happened with a family member, a female family member, took advantage of me at a younger age that I never told until I went to prison. So this little drug gave me power. It had all the older people wanting to be around me, listening to everything I say, doing whatever I wanted them to do. So I think I ended up moving out my mom's house when I was like 14 years old. Moving my grandpa. My grandpa was a slick old man, player to his death. He had this apartment building over top of his garage. He gave me a key so you could live here with me. I'm living in the apartment with my grandpa. So he just pop in whenever he want to with an old young girl. I got to get out because we only got a one bedroom apartment over it is. So it's like, okay, let's see how this going down. So I meet this older lady or whatever. So she want to be my girl. And so I'm like, okay, I need an apartment. She do that for me. My dad don't know what I'm doing, but him and my mom arguing one night. I hear him. I leave out, come back in the house in the morning time. I take his car. I write a note. I'm tired of you and mommy arguing. I took your car and you ain't getting it back unless you and my mom make up. You better love my mom. I'm in school at this time. I'm going to lead King Martin Luther King. Well, I get a phone call in the principal office about 12 o'clock. My dad and my mom up there, but he don't beat me. He laughed. He think it was cute that the note I wrote. And to the day he died, he had that note in his drawer, and that meant a lot to me. But to stay on the subject, that life became me. I gave up all my dreams. I gave up everybody. That little power gave me a little aggressive attitude. They used to say I was arrogant, but that was only because I knew it would cover up everything that I felt on the inside. Of course, I'm still a scared little boy or whatever the case may be, but and I'm jumping around because I know the age is just all over the place. But just start selling drugs everywhere. Started in Mount Airy, had a little corner that was popping. Went down 7th in Allegheny, had a little corner that's popping. The poppies ended up like loving me down there. They had a nice powder corner going on. And they used to shut their shift down at 6 o'clock. But they always see me around because I was stealing their customers after they leave or whatever. So the poppy boy came to me and said, listen, as long as you keep good material and you don't let nothing happen to my corner, you can have the corner until I bring my people back out here. At least I know nobody ain't selling bad stuff. So that was the way, because they was making thousands a day.
And you're 13, 14.
I'm about 14, 15 at this time.
So how did your mom feel about you leaving and moving out of her house? Because I know Miss Sissy. I know Miss Sissy now. So I don't know how she was then, but 13, 14, moving out the house.
Well, at that age, my dad is still alive. So, my mom say one thing, my dad gonna say something different. You understand what I'm saying? So if my mom say anything to me, I'm running to my dad. Look, she doing this and she ain't let me do this or whatever. Then he'll speak to her. And this. I mean, this is when I was living in the house. We never got beatings. We never got on punishment. She would put us on punishment, but you call him, he would get us off punishment. Like he going with me for the day or whatever the case may be. Manipulation. That's all it was.
So she was
So
okay with you living?
no, she wasn't okay with. She never was okay with. I mean, she wasn't okay with me selling drugs. But what can you do? You gonna lock me up? What you gonna do? What can she actually do? So, whenever I used to come around the house or whatever the case may be, I'm still her baby boy. Like she still loved me. She ain't gonna never turn me away or nothing. But I made sure I came in the house every day because I got brothers and sisters. I love my brothers and sisters. So I'm helping them raise them because my dad is a gigolo. He hardly ever home, but he still makes sure they have everything. But I know what that means. Like you giving me everything is still an absence in your heart, whatever the case. I know what my brothers and sisters going through. So at this moment, I'm their dad. Like, I'm taking care of them the way I suppose. So I'm still making them feel special. I'm still whatever I got, they got, no matter what it is. So she couldn't stop it. She ain't gonna take away from them as well as take away from me. So I'm still home all the time, but I just live with my own. So going through school, I still graduated from school. I did go to college until years later. I decided I wanted to go to school because I developed a plan that I wanted to help kids or whatever case it be. You always got that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know you're doing wrong, but if you do something right, maybe it'll wash away your wrongs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a drug dealer, but I'm trying to act like I'm not a drug dealer. Like I'm not on the corner selling no drugs. I'm not trying to get kids selling drugs for me. I'm not out here flashing guns. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a killer. Nothing like that. I'm not out doing none of that crazy stuff. I just want to make my money and you know make people love me. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm only doing that so you don't see the scared little boy inside for so many years. Fast forward all the way down the line, I get locked up when I'm like 35 years old. They give me a 30-year sentence. You talking about a wake up call? Like you locked up at 35 years old. You don't think you coming home until you 65? What the hell you going to do at 65 years old?
What did you get locked up for? The drugs?
Drugs. So
So you
um
had a life sentence when you
30
initially went in?
years.
30?
30 year sentence. So I'm in there and I'm thinking about everything that's going on. First, at the beginning, I'm like, man, I ain't never going home. So I'm acting while I'm going crazy. Like I'm trying to establish myself in jail. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Getting kicked out of one jail, getting to the next one, or whatever the case may be. But I find a comfort level. Like that's when I get to working out like crazy and everything is going good the best it can be in that
Considering.
situation. Yeah. But then I look around one day, I look around and I see what am I doing here? Why am I in jail? Like, people is in jail because they supposed to be in jail. Like, not they supposed to be in jail, but they had no other options but to do what they had to do. Not saying that anybody's supposed to be in jail. I'm saying, some people grow up without a mother and father. Somebody is on drugs and the kids is left out in the street or was in foster kids, so they had to survive for themselves. So they did things to maintain, and they got caught up. So I could see why they're in jail. They was forced into a situation. I had great parents, had an education, not a bad kid. I'm like, why am I in jail with these people? And I think I'm better than them. Like, I know everybody say you don't supposed to think you better, but in my mind, I'm better than them. So it was made me look back and see what was going on, what happened. And I realized I was really a scared little boy. I was very insecure. And these drugs made me feel powerful. But then you look at it as, what did it all mean? What did it mean? You gave up your life for this to do what? What did you accomplish? To be in jail for 30 years? Everybody you thought loved you. Very few people come to see you. Very few people send you letters, send you pictures, go by your mom's house, make sure she all right, take care of your kids. Like, very few people did that. I got a
You lost
handful of people.
friends.
I never had a lot of friends.
Did
I,
that show you like that you didn't have a lot of friends, or you never?
I never really had a lot of friends.
Okay.
I had a lot of associates. I had count on both my hands probably of people that I really considered my friends. Those people, for the most part, stood up and stayed my friends, but they still did what they did on the outside.
Mhm.
Like, you always expect for the things that you did on the outside, you would think people be at the door banging down to get you out, but it didn't happen that way because people still had their lives to live. Like, they were still on the dark side and couldn't do the things that you wanted them to do.
Did they take care of you, like putting money on your books and sending you stuff? And because that's like a big thing that when you go to jail, your homie's supposed to hold you down, making sure your books was cool, making sure my Dukes is cool with money. Is
I
that?
didn't put pressure on nobody like that. I didn't
No.
even really call none of my so-called friends or associates when I went down
So how did you
because
survive?
doing what I do when I was on the streets. Prisons became my streets
So you had to hustle in prison.
all day, every day. That's what it
What
was.
was that like? What does that look like? A hustle in prison.
Mm, There's all kind of ways. People bring you stuff in, get cool with the guards, however it could be. Maybe even just selling puddings. That's how I learned how to make banana pudding.
But it's no money exchange. So
We
what's the
put
hustle and what do you get?
They
And
put money. They get their people to put money on your books, or you
okay.
send it to somebody else, or whatever the case may be. But being in there is an eye opener. Like, it's either you're going to become a product of the system, or you're going to wake up and say, "I'm better than that. I deserve better than that." And my mind was set on, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here one day, and I'm going to do things that I'm supposed to do for me. Like, I come home. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, hell with you. Like, you wasn't there for me when I needed you the most anyway. So I'm not coming home to make a lot of people like me anymore. So now when I look back on life, it was like it was all me. It was all my fear of being who I am that led me to the life that I decided to leave. I done gave up my whole life just to sell drugs to accomplish. I could say nothing at the time, but when you come home and you see people that really do appreciate the things that you've done for them, it's an eye opener. You be like, damn, they really did appreciate me being me.
Yeah, I hear.
Well, I wasn't being me, but I was being me for them.
So this thinking back, I think a part of it was you in the sense that although you were doing something wrong, selling drugs, the stories that I hear, and then just in spending that short period of time with you and then reconnecting and marrying you, um, you've always been about taking care of people, making sure they had a good time, just about fun.
That's your insecurities. That's a cover up. That's to make people see something different. It's a facade. They don't look at you, they look at what you could do for them. Or they look at the fun that they can have with you. They're not paying attention to you.
But that's a facade on their part. That's not you, because I still feel like it's who you are. You like to have a good time. You like to help people. You like to see people happy and see people smile.
I mean, I think that's just because I don't think nothing is hard. Like, I don't like to see people struggle. I know when people have to struggle, they do things that they normally wouldn't do that'll get them in trouble. And I don't want to see nobody go through the things I went through. I don't want to see nobody. I really don't want to see nobody in pain or hurt. Like that really bothers me. Like me and you had our fallouts because you say I shouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. But life should be hard to me.
Yeah, but you can't control everybody's life circumstance.
But you could put them on that starting point.
Yeah, but you can't do that for everybody. You're only one person. And I think sometimes you spread yourself so thin with trying to help everybody and trying to make everybody feel a certain kind of way. A couple things happen.
Okay, so let me
You
ask you this.
mhm.
What happens when there's nothing you want to buy no more?
Okay.
No, what
Then
happens?
it doesn't have to be about materialistic
I
things.
mean, there's nothing that really interests you. You've never been in that situation because you've been out here the whole time. Me, I'm just so happy to be here now that nothing really entertains me. Like we could go on vacations and stuff like that. I get the joy out of seeing you doing stuff for the first time or enjoying yourself. I could have a car, but the car was only just to get that, uh, but then it's gone right away. Like there's nothing holds tight to me no more. Like it's about love and family. That's all it's about. That's all life is about right now. Like just enjoying life,
But
being
I think
happy.
for you, I'm still getting that vibe that it's always been that way with you because even though you were doing something wrong, all that right that you did out of doing something wrong, you didn't have to do it. It's not many people. Your legend,
Insecurity.
right? I get that that was your insecurity, but your insecurity allowed things for people that probably would have never experienced it before. So although it was an insecurity for you, I think I don't think it was insecurity. I think you
Definitely.
had insecurities,
Definitely was.
but
Definitely
I
was
think it's
because
also in your
my
heart
joy, I would actually, I guess you could say that
because you say
because
you get joy
yeah,
out
it's the
of,
same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
and I think
Because
that's
but when you're not living your life, if you're not living your life, how can you actually be happy?
sometimes people get joy out of making others happy.
Right? Because you're not doing what you want to do to be happy. Like I love sports. I love sports. I, I'll challenge somebody in anything that they come up with because I love challenges. I
Mhm,
love being competitive. That's just me. I don't think there's nothing I can't do at all.
mhm.
And that's what I should have been into. I think I'd have had I ain't gonna say I think I know I would have had a way better life. Like things would have been much different if I'd have just would have been me, stayed being me, and wasn't worried about how I looked to everybody else. I love to have fun.
Yeah. And I think that's the real part of you, even though you say you use that. I'm gonna go philosophical on you because I feel like everything happens for a reason. So although you say if you would have went a different route, your life would have been different, but that wasn't the plan. This was the plan. And it may sound like it was an unfortunate plan because I had to do 18 years. I think that's an unfortunate piece. But
Was it? Because a lot of people that grew up with me isn't here anymore. A lot of people that grew up with me have life, double life in prison. They on death row.
right,
So it may have been a plan because my life might have been spared by that. There's a lot of ways you could look at it. I
for
don't take
sure.
nothing for granted. Like I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative to be here. That's what I'm telling you. I'm appreciative to still be here today. That's why nothing really matters to me. I ain't gonna say nothing matters to me, but materialistic wise, nothing matters to me. I could lose everything and I'm still happy because I can get out here and do what I choose to do. Ain't nobody telling me to bend over, tuck, eat, sleep, go to yard. Like I get to choose my life every single day, every minute of the day.
Freedom
Freedom. But freedom is
is peace,
freedom is happiness.
happiness.
Freedom of feeling stress, financial. If you're free from all those things, you can really enjoy happiness. And all those things is what you put on yourself. And that's what I'm trying to tell people that I run across. Like, you're in control of your life 24 hours a day. God is the ultimate controller, but he gives you free will to do everything you chose to do. He opened doors for you. You have to step through 'em. So everything in life is up to you, right? So why are you miserable? Why you can't be happy? Goes back to that last episode we did where your wants
Needs.
exceeds your needs.
So did you come about all these reflections during your time away?
Yeah, because I'm chasing all this stuff and I'm trying to do all this stuff for what? What do it matter that can be taken away from you just like this? When the only thing you want when you out there is to see your mom, your dad, your children, but you can't. You come home, your children mad at you because you was away from them for so long. Like you just left them. No, I was taken away from y'all. I ain't leave y'all. I would never leave y'all. But things is different. Like me and my kids is a roller coaster. And I'm trying to understand them.
So now that you're home, what is that reflection like?
Peace.
It's peace.
Peace. It's different. It's very different.
What's different? Like how
Life.
things are
Yeah.
now from when
Life.
you went in.
People used to plan things back in the day. Now everything is right now. Like everything is selfish. The respect level is gone. There's no unity. There's no communication. That's the only thing I can sit here and say. There's no communication. Like you can't have respect, you can't have trust, you can't have love if there's no communication. Like nobody communicates. Everybody texting, and I don't even know how you text because nobody use words. So
Is that the biggest change that you've seen from your time that you went in
yeah,
and coming home is communication?
yeah. Because we used to communicate. We used to go to the rec center and talk all day long, care what the issues was or whatever it was going on. We talked. Everybody talked
Technology changed everything.
to the worst. And it's a shame because it could be used for good
I think the intention was
to mess us up.
it's supposed to be for good, but
Because if you
it
look at the
shifted.
Asians, jeez, they use it in a whole different way.
So, in reflecting and giving this story, do you accept that title of being a legend? And how do you feel when people come up to you and you hear that?
I don't know how I feel.
Do you
I don't
believe that you're a legend?
know. If I was such a legend, then why would I have so many fake people around me?
Hmm. Ooh.
No, for real.
Somebody gonna be mad.
Because people is fake. Like, I tell when I speak what I say. People is fake. You can sit here and you can smile in my face and you can do this. Okay. Name the things I'm involved in. People love to party. They don't party with me. They'll go around the corner, pay a door fee and everything like that, but they won't party with me.
Oh, they don't support the lounge.
People get their grass cut. They don't get their grass cut by me. And even if they do get their grass cut by me, they expect it to be free.
Landscaping.
Got a car wash. People take car wash all the time. They don't come to me. And if they do come to me, expect to be free. But if somebody's having something, oh, they call you quick, Rob, yo, if we doing this, you want to come around here and I support everybody. So when you got that title of being a legend, then you got that title of being a legend. Like people respect you.
Hmm.
They give you your props, right?
Right.
Okay then.
So you don't. Based on that, you're not a legend.
I'm Rob.
You're Rob.
Little Rob. Little Rob. I used to say Wadsworth, 8600, Michigan. Now I'm just
What
Little
about
Rob.
Goldie?
You don't like Goldie.
I don't like Goldie.
No.
Oh,
You know you don't like Goldie.
Goldie was the ladies' man. What? You say we talking about everything. You asked me, was I ready? Are you ready?
All day. I ain't afraid of that.
Oh, that's what Goldie was.
Goldie was a hustler.
Goldie was a hustler.
Yeah. Everything you touch turned to gold. That's why you wear your hair gold.
I represent.
Nah,
I never
but
heard you say that I wouldn't like Goldie. That's the first time. Crickets. Where the crickets at? You
listen,
give me all my sounds, but he
I-
don't get none. It's biased in here.
Goldie had a couple titles. Like Goldie was a hustler. Goldie knew how to get to $1, but Goldie definitely was a ladies' man. Goldie definitely was a ladies' man.
Why are you over there laughing? Okay.
Why not? Like, still, who's the best people to be around for a guy? Your kids and a lady.
You were never without.
Never without. Never without. Start off as friends. And I don't have no game. Like, I don't have no game at all. I don't know how to walk up to a girl and kick it like, yo, shorty, what's up? I'm so corny when it comes to that. It's just a reputation that came with it. Oh, he's definitely going to have fun. And you know he throw that dick, girl.
What?
That's what they say.
You have to do better with your analogies.
Why?
Because
You like it or you love it.
no, I love you, but I don't like your analogies.
You gotta love it.
I'm not smiling.
Come on now. It's the truth.
All right.
Some people have sex just to have sex, to add a girl to the list or whatever. I have sex just to get into a girl mind. Like I really feel them.
That's why I left your ass alone.
That's why you came back.
No, you came back. I was minding my business. You came back to me.
You called me. That's it. You said you called me that Friday
I
night.
did call you. I was bored.
Yeah, you was getting wet.
No.
It was raining outside. You thought about them times.
You didn't even get none. You ain't smash.
Because I chose not to.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't nothing popping off. And it didn't for a minute.
Girls always trying to big themselves up.
No, I'm telling the truth. So, first of all, I'm not a worldly girl. I'm not that girl that you can meet and just smash. We never had that. Even when back in the day when we used to mess around, it was a minute before you hit.
Lies.
No.
Lies.
No.
Lies.
You damn sure ain't hitting the first night.
I didn't try to.
You couldn't. It
Bullshit.
wouldn't have happened.
I never tried to hit the first day. My favorite line, I'm going to tell you my favorite line is, I don't want your funky ass coochie. I'm dead serious. That's my favorite line. Because you know why?
Somebody
Because
just passed out.
It's the truth. Because you know what? I'm that funny. I love.
Because you are the worst.
No.
Go
I love
ahead.
to have fun. I love to have fun. And it's that honest God truth. No jokes right now. Girls are fun, right? When y'all
Mhm.
friends, females are fun. They down to do whatever. Let's do this. Let's do that. They cool with everybody. But soon as you smash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they worried about who you with. Why you with them? Why you ain't call me? Now you can't be with a girl or a guy or whatever just to be out with them because the way things happen with you and her. Like, oh, I know how you are. I know what girls like. I'm
Well,
just hanging out. So they become a pain in the ass when they was fun. Like we used to have so much fun. Now all of a sudden, I'm your man. I never said I was your man. We just having fun. You just decided to
So-
open your legs.
This is the thing. This is where the misconception comes
Here we go.
in. Yeah, here we go. This is where the misconception comes. And I'm not saying this is always the case, but the misconception comes in when you don't have that communication. You're not letting them know that I'm not ready for a relationship. The purpose of us
We
being
had this
together is
conversation
not,
before.
I know we had a conversation before. The purpose of us being together is to have fun. Those protocols are not established.
It's not established that I'm your
then-
man.
Okay, but that line of communication, how is
No.
it not established?
Because we just having fun.
So you gotta let girls know that. If
I'm
you
supposed to say, okay, we having fun.
no,
But
when you have those talks. I remember some of the conversations we said. We used to have some very deep conversations.
it was about being your man.
No, it wasn't. But I'm saying having those conversations. If you're taking a girl out consistently,
Mhm.
then you need to have that open communication. Like we just having a good time.
I
I don't
told
want
you that.
no, huh?
I told you that.
Well, it was clear we weren't in a relationship.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Did we have that conversation? You had sex with me.
But I understood that this wasn't a relationship. I
Okay,
understood what
then.
it was. Everybody doesn't understand it
That's
that
not my
way.
fault.
Okay, well, if you feel like it's getting to that point, I
Did
think
I
you need
stop
to
it?
be
I leave him
clear.
alone.
I don't think that's the proper way to do it. Girls, we
It's
gotta
not a
do
pro-
better. We
it's-
have to do better. But niggas like this.
I'm a nigga now.
Well, niggas like that.
I mean, I'm not
Because
getting
we set ourselves up. We don't have those open lines of communication. We don't ask the questions, and then they flip it on us. Oh, I ain't never tell you I was your man. We was just having a good time. You didn't say that when we was having sex, so now all of a sudden I'm your man. You don't have those conversations. Girls, we set ourselves up. You need to go in understanding, or even if you don't understand, then you need to ask those questions.
Well, that's what they should do. But it's not on me to sit here and say, what am I actually supposed to say? We having fun, we kicking it. Every day we enjoying each other company and we just having fun. And fun actually leads to sex majority of the time. When you get comfortable with a person, you normally leads to sex. It's just that simple. It happens.
Okay.
I don't get high. I don't party. We find different things to do. We might go horseback ride. We might go skiing. We might go jet skiing. We might go to an amusement park. Okay, so when you having that kind of fun, y'all having good conversation because I don't talk about frivolous stuff. You know that. I talk about stuff that really matters. Like let's get into each other's head and talk and have fun. You get comfortable. Okay, your coochie get wet. We had sex. I suppose before we had sex, I supposed to say, well, listen, I'm just gonna smash this and that's it.
No, those conversations should be had before you
Like what?
have
Like
sex.
what kind of sex?
If you were having such deep conversations, then why haven't you had the conversation?
Tell me how that conversation gonna go.
Just like, okay, we've been hanging out a lot. Like, what's the expectation? Because I don't want any misunderstandings. I'm not really ready for a relationship. I'm not ready for a commitment, but I'm loving spending this time with you. We have a good time together. I just want it to be established. Like, we need to be on the same page.
Why do I have to say all that? Like, okay, first and foremost, wait. First and foremost, I have other girls.
Okay.
Did I ever hide that from you?
You talking about me?
Yes, you. Back then.
Oh, no.
I never hid it from you, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then. So if you know I have other girls and we just having fun and you decide you want to have sex with me and we have sex, how is that my fault?
Okay, I understood that.
No, everybody understood that. How is that my fault? I never told a girl a lie. I never sat there and say, oh, you my girl. You the only girl I'm messing with. I'll never mess with nobody else. Your coochie is just so golden. It just got me hooked. Like, marriage time.
Well,
Family.
one of the reasons I left you alone because I wasn't like none of those girls. But maybe those girls, the girls that you choose, are caught up, like you said, in who you are, and they're thinking that because it's so golden that they can, turn you out and it just be them. I don't know, but so maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's them. But I just find it hard to believe that every single girl that you were with, you never made them feel like they were the one. And
Okay.
then when they do feel like that, it's like, oh well, I ain't never tell you that. So I'm done.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So you've been with me for some time now. How many relationships do I still have with them girls back then?
How many relationships do you still have?
Yes.
I don't
Friendships.
know.
Friendships.
You have some.
Okay, then. Nobody's mad.
Okay.
That tells you something.
No, I'm just bringing up because you said that girls are so quick as soon as you smash that they want to start claiming
that's
you.
That's when the problems start. That's when the problems start. Girls think their coochie comes with a title. Like, you get this, you own this now. Like, this is yours and you're mine and nobody else can have it. And
yeah, you don't think guys think like that too? Guys, I mean, unless you go into it knowing that you smashing a whore, and I guess that's your choice. But
no, why they had to be whores?
Because if you smashing them,
that don't mean nobody else was smashing them.
So you made it clear that you don't want nobody else smashing?
No, I never made it clear that I didn't want nobody else to smash them.
But you just know because you're the man that you were the only one smashing. That's what you thought.
That's what you got.
That's what you thought.
Who cares? I didn't worry.
Yeah.
Now.
That's why they where they at now. I knew better. And I got you.
She's so emotional.
I'm not emotional. I'm real.
Well, that's the story anyway. Yeah, I am still me. I still love to have fun. I still like to see people have fun because it's boring to have fun by yourself. I don't even know how you have fun by yourself. Like people used to always say, "You a sucker, you a trick." I'm a trick because I like to have fun. Like I do things because I chose to do them. I like to go on vacations with females. I don't want to go on a vacation with no man. I don't want to go to Dorney Park and Great Adventure with a man sit beside a man on a ride.
I get it.
Oh, Butch, be so scared. Hug me, Butch.
I'm not disputing it. I get it. I just wasn't gonna be a part of it.
We're not talking about you. So emotional.
I'm not emotional. I'm being very
Well,
real and transparent about how I feel.
Well, we got off the whole story.
Yeah, it's Rob's story.
That's Rob's
Well,
story.
that was part of Rob's story. I am a part of your story now. Oh, now he want to give me beep, 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 beeps. I was getting crickets earlier, passing out over there. This one turning red, cracking up. I need some more estrogen in here. I'm not going to keep getting bullied by all this testosterone in here.
Hey, listen. Let's make it happen.
Yes. Ladies, help me out here.
Okay. Let's call it a night. I think we jumped
All right, well, that was
enough.
that was a good
part
story.
of it.
A good part one. Because I know there's a lot more that we didn't touch on that I want to touch on. So stay tuned for part 2. In the meantime, like,
Follow,
share,
subscribe to Goldie.
don't play.